This is Quantumtake. Let's explore Starlink, the broadband service from SpaceX. Do not forget to smash the like button, comment, and subscribe to Quantumtake. Do you enjoy stargazing? Well, SpaceX Starlink is about to ruin or enhance this experience depending on who you ask. Starlink is a satellite internet constellation created by SpaceX to provide broadband service. This broadband service will be somewhat similar to the internet service you are already receiving from Verizon Fios or Xfinity, just beaming in from outer space. When you're traveling in a car or on a train, chances are your internet is glitchy. However, what if your internet was not only stable, but as good as it is like in the big cities? SpaceX plans to provide satellite internet access anywhere in the world, even in the most rural areas. The constellation and connectivity are enabled by low Earth orbit and will consist of thousands of mass-produced satellites with broadband internet systems working in conjunction with ground transceivers. Starlink has achieved low latency under 20 milliseconds, which is on par with ground-based broadband. Low latency is how you measure the delay or decay between clicks. For example, the time that it takes between clicking, loading, and playing a new Quantumtake video on YouTube. Since 2019, Starlink has been launching batches of 60 satellites at a time to help fund SpaceX's space adventures. Elon Musk spun Starlink out of SpaceX to generate a stable income stream to accelerate efforts in space exploration, space tourism, and colonizing Mars. Now, there are enough Starlink satellites in Earth's orbit to start rolling out their service in the northern United States and Canada starting fall/winter 2020. With their aptly titled Better Than Nothing beta program, SpaceX will rapidly expand Starlink to near global coverage of the populated world by 2021 or 2022. The initial Starlink service is priced at $99 per month plus a $499 for upfront cost to order the Starlink kit and will provide internet speeds between 20 and 100 megabits per second even in the most rural areas. The opportunity here is obvious for SpaceX to drastically increase internet coverage to the underserved parts of the world and capture some of the incremental revenue generated from the larger subscriber base. A report by Morgan Stanley in 2019 estimated that increasing access to the internet using satellite connectivity may drive global broadband penetration from 50% to 75%. In 2020, Morgan Stanley estimated that SpaceX with its launch services coupled with Starlink is worth $100 billion. This report also roughly estimates Starlink alone to be worth $81 billion, based on the assumption that SpaceX can secure 10% of that incremental increase in broadband subscribers. When mega constellations of satellites become a reality, the night sky will become a mundane highway of moving lights obscuring the stars. We have to ask ourselves, is this a sacrifice we as humans are willing to make? Currently, there are no rules or international governing bodies to oversee which satellite or satellite company truly has the right to occupy our skies. And if a collision should occur, the current international law that applies to satellite debris from 1972 basically says that the country that launched the satellite has to clean up any mess it leaves on the surface of the Earth after a collision, but who knows if anybody is even following this law. If it's two or more opposing parties that collide, the current international laws are also vague on who would be at fault and who would have to do the cleanup of the debris. Furthermore, the science is a bit murky if a cleanup in space would be even possible and where the debris would be stored. If all goes well, the Starlink broadband service will be good enough to play the fastest games like Fortnite due to the short distance between the satellites and the Earth. The current Starlink hardware currently orbits at around 550 kilometers or 340 miles above the Earth. In comparison, the typical satellite orbits around 1,000 kilometers or 620 miles above the Earth. One disadvantage is that orbiting so low, the satellites covers less of the Earth, so a lot more is required to service a vast terrain. SpaceX has already received approval for 12,000 Starlink satellites and is seeking approval for up to 30,000 more. Being that currently only 9,000 satellites have been launched from Earth in the history of humankind, a total of an additional 42,000 satellites from just one company orbiting the Earth is an astounding number. And guess what? Other companies are not far behind. Hopefully, sacrificing our beautiful skies is for the greater good and will help to accelerate prosperity, education, and information for those who really need it. Do not forget to smash the like button, comment, and subscribe to Quantumtake. This is Quantumtake. Thank you for watching or listening to the end.